fellow bookworms to Tibra's Den. My name is Whitney, and we just finished reading Summer Night by Jim Butcher. So, of course, this is the fourth book in the Dresden File series. We are slowly making our way through this series. Excuse boo-boo here. But yeah, really did enjoy this one. With each book, I'm enjoying them more and more. So I'm going to get into my thoughts on this in just a second. Just a reminder though, this week we are going to be starting Death Mass, which is the fifth book in the Dresden Files. We are going to be reading chapters 1 through 17, which is the first half of the book, and then of course we'll finish the second half of the book next week. But really excited for this one. We also do our book of the month discussion questions every Monday, so hopefully you are participating in those videos. We do a weekly read every Wednesday, and we do a throwback Thursday where I cover childhood books, of course, every Thursday. And then I also do bonus videos that pop up here and there. So if you're not already, please subscribe, hit the bell notification, and give this video a like while you're at it. So let's go ahead and talk about Summer Night. This one is definitely my favorite by far. I think this one had a little less of the action-packed scenes, which I do enjoy those, and I understand, that's probably a big draw for most people, is it's just full of action, really fun, really enjoyable. But my husband and I were actually talking last night and discussing the books, and I think, I read the first three books, and I had no recollection of what happened in them at all. I knew I read them, but I just didn't remember them all, and I kind of blamed it on my own memory and just everything. I read them before we moved and got married, and everything changed and everything like that. So it had been several years, and I just kind of blamed it on my own memory. But we were really talking, and there isn't a lot of substance to these books. Like, it is just fun, action packed, like super easy to read, but not necessarily books that stay with you. Like he was saying, he knows like the main premise of what, like, he knew. This one was about the fairies in the summer and winter court, but past that he couldn't tell you a single thing about the book. And so I do think it's just there's not that substance there that sticks with you. Like, they're fun, they're enjoyable, they're fast paced and action packed, but there's no real substance there. Where I think out of all the books, this one, Summer Night, definitely had the most substance. Like, it kind of built up to the action scenes, and you kind of got more of an idea of, the summer and the winter court and how they're kind of run. And then you also got a better idea about the White Council and everything like that. So I do think this one was better than the others just because there was a little bit more substance to them. And I think this one I'm going to remember more than the other three books we've read so far. Um, and so, yeah, I really enjoyed that. We obviously had several new characters and then some returning characters that tied in, which I appreciated. The only thing I didn't like is in the beginning, his main focus is trying to save Susan. And by the end, he's kind of forgotten about that. Like, there's no mention, no thoughts about Susan, which I get, he's busy. Like, there's a catastrophe happening. He's very busy. But there's a brief mention with the situation in the end, um of Susan, but then even in the wrap up, like, no mention of Susan. And it's like that was such a big focus in the beginning of the book, so why is she just completely forgotten about now? And I know she comes into play in the next book. I'll read the synopsis before I sign off on this video. But yeah, that was just a little frustrating, but overall I think this one did have more substance, which I like that build up. Like, I really, yes, the action packed scenes are fun and such, but I want that substance. I need, how things work and everything like that. And he paints a really good picture. Like, you're really drawn in and you really feel like you're there. But like I said, it's just, I need more than that. So I did really enjoy this one. And we had some characters that had been referenced before that, come back into this. And so we learn a little bit more about Harry's past, which is super enjoyable. Excuse me. Stop it. Sorry, the puppy's chewing on something she doesn't need to be chewing on. So, but yeah, I think it was really enjoyable. But I still want more, and I think there are certain issues. But I do love how, it seems like multiple things that aren't related end up tying together really nicely. That happened in this book as well. My husband described it, it's like a stew, like there's all these components to it, and you really can't see them, but if you kind of spread the stew out on a plate, you can see how all the components work together to make the stew. And I think that's like the perfect description there. I definitely think that he said it best. Maybe I should have him come and talk on this channel, but no, really like this one, and I am excited to jump into Death Mass. I think if you're just looking for an easy read, like an easy series to just kind of get into and read and just have fun with, this is the perfect series for that. But I am hoping as we go forward, we'll get a little bit more substance like we have been. And I do like how like previous characters from previous books tie in, but at the same time, you could really read these books as standalones. I did mention last week when I was talking about the first half of the book, I was kind of getting bored with the repetitive nature of, the information he gives about wizards in the beginning of the chapters. Where in this one, there's a couple things that was like at the end of the chapters that he did the same thing. But in that instance, when he does it kind of like throughout the book, it doesn't bother me as bad because it's just kind of a refresher and it's different. Or when he does the same thing, in the beginning of the book each time, it's just so repetitive. And I get he needs to do that so people who maybe didn't read the previous books kind of get an idea, but at the same time, it is a little bit frustrating. Where, like I said, when he was talking about a, a, a vocation, I'm butchering it, but I know what it means. Magic that's not just like powerful, like whoosh. Um, when he was talking about that, he refreshes you, but he did it in such a way it wasn't so repetitive, which I appreciate. So I don't know. It's kind of like I understand the need for the repetitiveness, but I wish he would kind of integrate it like he did with that part. But yeah, let me go ahead and read the synopsis for this one. If you haven't been following along, a little bit of spoilers in the synopsis, so maybe jump off now and I will see you next time. Otherwise, it says Harry Dresden, Chicago's only practicing professional wizard, should be happy that business is pretty good for a change, but now he's getting more than he bargained for. A duel with the Red Court of Vampires champion who must kill Harry to end the war between vampires and wizards. Professional hitmen using Harry for target practice. The missing shroud of Turin, a handless and headless corpse the Chicago police need identified. Not to mention the return of Harry's ex-girlfriend, Susan, who's still struggling with her semi-vampiric nature and who seems to have a new man in her life. Some days it just doesn't pay to get out of bed, no matter how much you're charging. So, really excited. Glad Susan's coming back since he kind of dropped the ball in Summer Night. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and leave you guys here. Happy reading, everyone. Bye.